Alright, hi guys. This is Sarah from Snake House. Hello. I just thought I should maybe show you guys how to wire up heat tape. We make all of our own enclosures, and it's actually more cost effective and more efficient to do our own heat tape. So we wire them ourselves with solder. So I thought I'd show you how to do that. So I like to use old extension cords. So this is an extension cord that you can get for $2 at the store, and then I just cut it up to the length that I want. I already did one side, but we'll show you the other side. So what you need is, this is just a little solder iron from Amazon. Cheap, that's fancy. You need solder for electrical. Okay. Electrical tape and some tools. Okay, so we're gonna trim our wire a little bit, make it shorter. So I just cut it. Okay. I like using the extension cords because they have the nice covering on them, and they're kind of more tidy because they're combined like this. So you just split it. These are wire strippers, so they have the size, the hole for the size of the wire, so you don't cut the wire, you're just cutting the cover. Okay, good. Okay, and then you're gonna use your solder iron to just melt a little spot in the plastic to expose the metal. Spot like that. Okay, and we're gonna put a big old blob of solder on there. You gotta get it heated up so that it'll stick. Okay, you can see the plastic melting a little bit. Another one on this side. Okay. And then it's actually easier if you have a good blob, so don't be shy with your solder. Just makes it easier to get a good connection. A little more on here. Okay. And then you just take your wire, melt your solder, and just feed the wire into it and cover it up. Super easy. Isn't that cool? Okay. And we're gonna do this side. Do you want to do this on a surface that you don't care if you ruin, because the plastic sometimes sticks to the table a little bit? Okay. Mess that one up a little bit, but that's okay. Just cover it with some solder and you'll be good. Okay, that looks good. And then you do need to cover it back up, so we're going to use electrical tape. Since we took the plastic off, you want to replace that. So we'll just take some tape, electrical tape. I'm gonna go like this. Make sure you do both sides, because see how it does melt the plastic on the other side a little bit. That happens if you're too hot. And this also covers the wires that you exposed to insulate them and protect them. Okay. Like that. I'll tape the other ones later, but you need to cover all of the ends. Now this is a piece that we're wiring in series because it's for a pretty large enclosure. One strip just isn't big enough. So this is two pieces that are 3 feet long by 1 feet wide and wired in series. That means that you can make it double the width. Okay, so we got them connected. Now we're gonna turn it around. I like to, you can wire your plug on whatever side you want. I try to keep all of my hot sides on the left of the enclosures and run my cords to the front rather than the back, because I don't want to have to get behind an enclosure if I need to fix something. So everything comes out the front. Okay, so we just got another piece of our extension cord that we cut. Same idea as before. Split it. Okay. Use our wire strippers. Good. Okay. And we're gonna melt the plastic again. Just a little spot. You don't want to get it too hot because it'll just keep melting, so try to limit how long you hold the heat on there. It's not super critical, but okay. Get a nice little big blob of solder on there. Heat it up enough so that you can see it sticks. There you go. Add some more. Make it easier to get your wires in there. Nice big round blob. Same thing on the other side. You do want to do this in a well ventilated area because it does make some smoke. Okay. Good. Make sure your wires are nice and clean. Just like that. Super easy. Okay. You hear my dogs barking outside. Melt your bubble of solder, stick the wire in, cover it back up, and let it cool. Okay, so that's all attached now. I like to give it a little wiggle, make sure it's not gonna come off. Don't forget to do your electrical tape. You do want those wires all covered with plastic for insulation and to prevent shocks and fire hazard, all that kind of stuff. Okay, all the way around the back. Good. Oops, need a little more. Remember, do both sides so it's covered again. Okay, and then we're gonna put our plug on the other side. You can see this is the one I'm reusing, so we'll clean that up a bit. And for the plugs, I use these little guys. These are also just from Home Depot. They're simple little plugs. You do want to make sure that if you're rewiring something that's already hot, or you know, like a thermostat or something, with a new plug, you need to know if it needs a ground or not. Heat tape doesn't need a ground, but if you're working with a system that needs a ground, it won't work without one. So, okay, just open this up like this. And then here you can see where the wires go. If you have colored wire, like black and white or black and red, remember Black Hills Gold. So that's how I remember. So black goes on the gold screw. That doesn't really matter with heat tape, but it's a good thing to remember in case you're wiring anything else. Okay, and then let's clean these up because this is pretty crummy looking, isn't it? Oh, my other cutters are better. That's better. Okay. Our wire strippers. Make sure you use the right size so you're not cutting half the wire out. The larger the wire, the more electricity it can handle. You don't really need huge stuff for heat tape. These little cheap $2 extension cords work great. Okay, and when you put these in, you do want to make sure you put the wire in so that when you tighten the screw down, it tightens the wire instead of going opposite from it. It'll still work if you do it backwards, but it might come out easier, so I'm going to give it a little bend. And go right in here like this. Okay. And then you can see when you tighten the screw, it tightens down around with the wire, so it goes with it instead of against it. Okay. Do this side. This one will be opposite because it goes the other way. Like so. It's a little tricky to hold everything. Also, don't mind that my hands shake. That's just me. Doesn't mean anything. Normal. Okay. Okay, and then these have a little channel for the wire to go. Make sure it's tight. And then the little channel just sort of protects it. And then when you close it down, make sure it's in the right spot. When you close it down, it'll clamp it so it hangs onto it in case it does get pulled. It won't yank on the part that's hot. So you can see as I tighten it, it keeps it in place. Okay. And then once I finish my electrical tape on the other ends, I got a brand new set of heat tape. Hope this was helpful.